One of the most common fears that people have when they've missed their initial court date is what is going to happen to me when I return to court to try to clear it up. Now, when you miss your court date, we call this a failure to appear, and we often refer to it as FTA. And it is a reasonable fear to be worried about what's going to happen because there can be some pretty serious consequences to missing an initial court date, even if it's on something as simple as a traffic or misdemeanor offense. When you miss your court date, a couple of things may happen. First, if the underlying offense is a traffic offense, well, the court may initiate proceedings to suspend your driver's license. The other serious consequence of missing a court date is that the judge may issue a warrant for your arrest. We call this a bench warrant. And that is a very unpleasant way to find out that you've missed a court date, is being arrested and brought back to court. But if you are lucky enough to have realized that you missed court and you haven't yet been picked up on a bench warrant, it is normal to be worried about what's going to happen when you try to return. Now, let me first start by saying there is nobody who can guarantee that you will not be arrested when you return to court. Because when there is an active bench warrant out for your arrest, it is always possible that you could be arrested on that warrant. That being said, I have been practicing for well more than a decade, and I have never seen a court arrest someone who has returned to court to clear up their FTA when the only outstanding matter they have is a traffic or misdemeanor offense. Now, if you have a warrant in another jurisdiction or for something more serious, then you may be looking at an arrest. But if this is the only thing that is going on your record, then it is very unlikely that you will be arrested. Now, why is that? Well, these two serious consequences, a license suspension and a bench warrant, those are very strategic methods for actually getting you to return to court. We know that it's difficult for people to continue to live their lives without a driver's license. And so when you find out your license is suspended, you are highly motivated to return to court and fix that. Similarly, with a bench warrant, when you discover there's a warrant, that is very motivating, and that is going to return you to court. So when you return to court of your own volition to clear it up, you're actually doing exactly what the court wants, because their primary interest is in closing the case. And there are very few counties or cities that are interested in paying to incarcerate you needlessly when you've voluntarily showed up to court. One of the best ways, though, to get peace of mind, because of course every court is different and every circumstance is different, one of the best things you can do when you're worried about returning to court is to reach out to the court and call the clerk of court and ask them what the procedure is for clearing up your FTA. Because in every single court across Georgia, they have a different procedure for handling FTAs. So although you may have a friend who had an FTA in a neighboring court, you probably do not want to get advice from your friend, because whatever advice they may have to offer is not going to apply to the court that you are going to. And even if you have cleared up an FTA in that court before, they may have changed their procedures. So the best way to get peace of mind before you go to court by yourself to clear up an FTA is to call the clerk ahead of time and ask her what the procedure will be in order for you to come in and resolve your ticket. Now, of course, if that doesn't work or that doesn't give you the peace of mind that you are looking for, it might be a good idea also to consider contacting a lawyer who practices in that area to get reassurance or possibly seek out help with the FTA.